Interestingly, 1992 had the fewest #1 records in the year since the early 60s. From this unlikely pair of Swedes,
If you're all alone, when the pretty birds have flown, honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me.
to the Teutonic Snap. Much of this was thanks to the drop in single sales, which also created a unique opportunity for an indie band who came with a novel approach to releasing singles.
We had this idea that maybe we could do something maybe a little bit different. And it was during a rehearsal, actually. It wasn't my idea, I'm sad to say. It was our bass player, Keith. He was a member of some of those singles clubs where you subscribe to it and you get a 7-inch single every month. And he said, wouldn't it be great if we could do that as a band? And we all kind of just went, that is such a brilliant idea. We can't not do it now. We'd release one a month. We'd have matching sleeves, and it'd go through the year, and we'd have a little box at the end, and we'd do a video for each one, we'd do a T-shirt for each one. And in like 15 minutes, we had this master plan of how we were going to do this, really. There was one compromise from RCA, which was we'd want people to buy the LP. So they said they would only press 15,000 of each one. So, you know, the fans knew that they had to go and buy the records in the first 3 days, otherwise they wouldn't get them. So they went straight into the charts, but there were only hits for 7 days.
Don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but I couldn't possibly love you anymore. Oh, it's been ages. Let's do that again.
I've got this kind of love-hate relationship with Top of the Pops. So there was this question within the group, should we appear on Top of the Pops? Are we betraying some alternative indie ideal? But we thought, well, if you're going to invite us on, you know, we're going to do something a bit stupid, and if you're willing to accept that, well, fine.
There's lots of things I should have said, but there was so much I could not accept.
I didn't really put any effort into the singing, you know, whatsoever.
Watch something around Alexandra's place. I can see all the eyes in the face.
Yeah, I do watch the repeats of Top of the Pops, and I always think, oh, you know, I wish I'd sung it a bit better. I wish we hadn't messed around quite too much.
You know that stuff about your being here. I changed my mind this once year. I know how to own you.
And I always, you know, had this fear that maybe some director or producer or floor manager would come and say, no, you know, wait a minute, you know, stop messing around, you've got to do this, but no one ever did. For the guitar solo on Blue Eyes, I actually just, I don't know if I threw my guitar in the air and just kind of danced with it, really, and I ended up throwing it into the drum kit, which I think probably cost RCA a bit of money because I think I broke the drum skin on it, but how rebellious I was.
The wedding present continue their promise to release a single 1 month each of the year. This one is number 7, and this is Flying Saucer at number 22.
When it came to Flying Saucer, somebody had this idea that we should dress in these hazmat suits, kind of pretending to be aliens.
She waited there just like she said she would. But it was all too much when she said that she loved me.
We get the song over with in a couple of minutes, and then we have this extended instrumental section at the end. And it's not so much a guitar solo, it's more just repetitive chords.
Flying saucer right inside my head.
We decided to just stand there with our arms in the air and move around in a weird way. And that would have gone on for about 2 minutes. So I think they decided to run the new entries across the top. After the 7th record, we didn't appear again on Top of the Pops, even though we were invited. I do remember on one occasion that we actually lied and said, yeah, we can't actually do it because our bass player has broken his arm. But our fans really liked that, because I suppose Top of the Pops was seen as selling out. But we did equal Elvis Presley's record for the most number of hits in a calendar year, which is 12. The only difference being is ours were all new releases and some of his were re-releases. So if you want to be really specific, we even beat Elvis.